Hey, good morning to you. Coming live from the Tower of Power. I think there's some place named that already, so might have to change that. But anyway, it's Sunday, and I am so excited because I should be in church, but I'm not because of the virus. And this kind of threw me for a loop, because I thought, oh, I'll get a head cold, I'll get stiff joints, and, well, I'll be back to normal, and we'll be running again. But wow, last 4 or 5 days, it took me off my feet, just to crawl out of bed and go do chores and crawl right back into bed, and just the joint pain and all that, and it just caught me by surprise, actually. I didn't think it'd be like that. But anyway, I'm really thankful because my wife, Tina, has a compromised immune system and limited lung capacity. And I was really, the whole time I thought, man, if she got this, it would not be good. And I was like, Job, the thing that I feared the most has come upon me. But yet, God's mercy, he's kept her, and she hasn't shown very many symptoms, and just that happy-go-lucky gal that she always is. And so I'm really thankful. And it's just been that kind of a year for all of us, that just we will be tying a knot in this year in our memory because we won't forget this soon. But you look on Facebook and people are losing loved ones right and left. You look at the obituaries in the paper and it's full all the time because it's just been such a year of loss like I don't think I've ever seen before. And it caused me to think of in Luke chapter 13 where Jesus is teaching in the synagogue, and Jesus, I believe when he taught, everybody just hinged on every syllable, every word that came out of his mouth because it's just that powerful. It's the Son of God speaking words of life. And people just hung on his every word. And he looks over, and there's been a lady in that church for 18 years that's been bent over and crippled and by a spirit that has oppressed her. And so she's walking like this, just bent over, and Jesus sees her. And I think it's really interesting because it kind of goes back to the garden where the enemy was cursed. He said, you will crawl on the ground and eat dust. And it's almost like the enemy wants to put that on God's people, or that they have that, man, that bent over eating dust and not living like the children of God that we're called to live. And Jesus sees that, and he calls over, drives that spirit out, and says, straighten up. And you imagine after 18 years, man, her shoulders are back, her chin is up, and for the first time, she's looking eye level instead of dirt level. And and I believe that in these times, that people have been so crippled and so bent over in their minds that it's caused them depression, and we're seeing all these symptoms and signs of things that are happening even in our young people. Even young people are losing hope. They're losing hope. They have their whole life ahead of them, and they're losing hope. And it's really sad. And I believe that Jesus, he said, I've come that you can have life and life more abundantly. And I want you to walk with your shoulders back, your head up. And as children of God, that you are seatedly in the heavens, and you have there's a plan for your life. And there's I want to prosper, not to harm you. All these promises that we quote all the time. And he wants us to be walking that out and not walking in the dust and coughing and sickly all the time. And so, and I thought it was really interesting. Another part of that story is, after 18 years and all the people, they see this miracle take place, and it upsets the whole religious order. And they said, he did that on the Sabbath. What gives him the right? Never mind that a woman has been delivered and has been changed in the twinkling of an eye. All they can see is, wow, he upset our order. And I thought, wow, the rudiments and the traditions of man, and I thought, God, sometimes we're blinded to the goodness and the love of God because of those things, and help me to keep my eyes open And Lord, to just to see the purpose and to reflect that love that you've given to me. And even in this time, I can't base it off my environment. I can't base it off my circumstance. I can't base it on my scenario. I because of Christ have the ability to find joy even in the midst of all the storms. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Because your presence is with me. And man, even if it comes to death, I still win. Absent from the body, present with the Lord. Absent from the body. No big gap. No, man, I close my eyes and leave this world behind. I am in the presence of Jesus, and so we win. It's a win, 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 win. And I think we need to hear that message, and we need to hear that hope. And some days we don't feel it. There's afflictions, I ain't gonna lie to you, there's tribulations every day. There's things that have happened that ought not to happen, but he still gives us that hope. And it still gives that authority. I think about that a lot. He's already seated us on the mountain. We're not striving or crawling to get the mountain. We're already seated on it. And the only thing that can dislodge us is if we allow the enemy to come in through circumstance, through trials, just giving up, that we can find ourselves not on that mountain anymore. So I'm praying for you. I pray that you're praying for me. And